I have the unique privilege of introducing contemporary piano music by modern living composers, and this piece is called Dolciano. It's by UK composer Kerry Barnes. She has a vast catalog of music from intermediate level pieces all the way to concert level repertoire. This piece is available in sheet music form and also is part of a very special collection by Marlene Moore featuring 10 living composers and their pieces in a book, and I'll link all about that in the comments. So Dolciano is this gentle piece in 6/8 time, and we're going to dive in today about why this piece might be a wonderful one for you to learn to play, or why you might want to introduce it to your students. I'll also include a full playthrough in the video that comes after this, so you can take a peek after if you want the instrumental piano version. So I love that this piece starts out with a beautiful foundational harmony that's quite expected. We start out in E major, just like this. So you can hear hints of E major triads, A major, and we'll have a B7 coming up next. I love that the simplicity of the left hand gives us opportunity to really think about that voicing, that beautiful singing melody. And we have rhythms throughout the piece that highlight that 2 against 3 quality and 4 quarters against 6/8 notes. So there's quite a bit of that color added into this piece, and I love it because it's so accessible, and yet it adds a little bit of spice in there with those ideas with the rhythm. The other thing that I loved with this one is it has this ornament that comes in just before the beat, and it took some thought of like how much you want to accent it or how to shape the phrasing with this little anticipatory note. So you might have heard it here when we first started, and it went. So you hear that da-dum. So that was fun too, and it's woven into a few different places. The next thing you'll find in this piece is the key of A minor, and we have that poco ritardando. So a lovely fresh key and more opportunities for expressing this beautiful melody. So I think this piece would suit well for students in between about grade 6 to 8 RCM levels. The reason I would level it so broadly is I feel like a really mature soul in grade 6 could probably really have this fit nicely in their fingers if they could really grasp the depth of the interesting melodies and the voicing, and yet a student in a later level would still really enjoy it because it has some little micro challenges, but it's lovely and accessible with only being 2 pages. The next thing I loved is that students are given, or pianists are given, the opportunity to voice left-hand melodies and left-hand and right-hand melodies. So in this stormy section, the melody becomes in the left hand we have. So. And I love that really depth of this part. It had a really interesting color, and I spent a lot of time thinking, what would I want to hear? So this one has just these really beautiful nuances that gave lots of mental challenge with this piece. And then it also has these nuances of tempo shifts from a tempo back to the original tempo, poco ritardandos, and just adding that musical shaping. So a really great piece if you're looking for that pedagogy challenge of really shaping things musically. And it had this interesting end of phrase section that came a couple times where you have that anticipatory note. And it had the 16th notes in there, and I love that it had that like dum da da dum ba da da, and it took a little bit of motor planning to arrive on the lower octaves. So you'll see that when you've got the music in front of you. I hope you will explore Kerry's music because she is a fabulous composer. She's contemporary and is producing a very prolific catalog of music for a broad spectrum of levels. So up next, you'll hear my full playthrough of Dolciano by Kerry Barnes. Thank you for listening in.